Hollywood couple Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis facing criticism this morning for sending character reference letters in Danny Masterson's rape case, asking the judge to show their longtime co-star leniency after he was convicted of raping 2 women. Masterson was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison, but before that, Kutcher and Kunis wrote letters calling him, quote, a role model. Fans railing against what they call the couple's hypocrisy, pointing out that Kutcher founded an organization to combat child trafficking and sex trafficking, and even testified to Congress about those efforts. Let's bring in NewsNation media analyst and Mediaite.com founding editor Colby Hall. Colby, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis say Danny Masterson's family asked them to write those character letters. The couple says they're sorry. They released that 1-minute video to their social media pages, apologizing for the pain that this is now causing. Why do you think they agreed to write these letters to begin with when the family asked?
You know, it's a tricky situation because they were friendly with Danny Masterson. Obviously, they worked with him, but he's now a convicted rapist. He is a rapist. And before, they'd worked with him, and the family said, look, we just, he's going through a tough time. We need a little bit of help. And that broke. So they did what they thought was the right thing to help a friend who was a convicted rapist. That drew some criticism. Well, they addressed it with this 1-minute video that only brought way more attention to it. Meaning, we're talking about this in a really tough way for them because they brought more attention to him. They used their celebrity to apologize and to clarify. And as a result, they only sort of paraded their own ignorance by doing this kind of mistaken thing. Had they not done that, we wouldn't probably be talking about it. It would be a much smaller group of people condemning them. But it was an abject failure in public relations, and I'm sure they regret doing it.
Yeah, it did not go over well. I know in the video they said they intended those letters for the judge to read and not to question the validity of the case, and never intended for those letters to become public. But should they have known better that word would eventually get out? And I don't know how this works, but are character letters usually kept private? But because of their Hollywood status, that was leaked.
Well, so there's a lot of individuals. So Danny Masterson is a very sort of had been a public member of the Church of Scientology. And for a long time, people thought Scientology has been sort of protecting him. And so as a result, this case has gotten way more attention and scrutiny because there are people who believe that the Church of Scientology had been sort of protecting him. I think Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis thought that, this would just go under the radar. But given how high profile it is in that context, this was sure to come out. Again, I would argue the Abraham Lincoln quote that sort of I'm thought of right now is that better to sort of keep silent and everyone think you're a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt. And Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, they put out this video that just said, yeah, we still support victims, but we wrote a character letter of a rapist. And that's never a good look to be defending your defense of a rapist. And so, yeah, I think they should probably have known better.
Yeah, the optics are terrible. And Kunis, by the way, portrayed a rape victim in a Netflix movie just last year. Kutcher started a foundation, as I just mentioned, to combat child sex trafficking. Fans say both are hypocrites for voicing their support for a convicted rapist. Moving forward for this pair, what kind of damage do you think this is going to do to their careers? I mean, are they canceled? Do they just disappear for a little bit and then return? What's your crystal ball tell you?
I don't see them being canceled. I think they lay low. And at the end of the day, I don't think what they did was cancelable. I mean, they made bad judgment in supporting a friend. It wasn't, they shouldn't be treated, as, rapists or sexual assaulters. They just used poor judgment because they were being loyal friends to a guy who's now a convicted rapist. And that was poor judgment. I think they should probably, take a long trip to Hawaii and hang out for a while, maybe do some more supportive stuff in the name of victims. But, I don't think they will be or should be canceled for, this bad judgment.
Yeah, to your point, a complicated, sticky situation all the way around. Colby Hall, thanks so much for joining us and your perspective this morning on that one.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.